Hey guys, Randomz here. Welcome to another movie review. We're watching The Batman. We got Marco here, new to the series. If you guys like movie reviews, check out the channel trailer. And I hope you guys consider subscribing. So, we're watching The Batman. We gotta hurry this up real quick. We're gonna get in there in the theaters. So, first say how we felt about the trailer. He barely, if you've seen the clip at the start, he was just barely watching the trailer.
Half of it.
Half of it. So, what do you think about the trailer?
Pretty good.
Whatever. For me, I wonder if DC is gonna do like a MCU thing, like is this gonna be Batman forever? And we'll see him. I don't know what they're gonna do with because with Marvel they've been leading it up ever since Iron Man, Endgame and all that. I don't know if DC is gonna do that because they did the Justice League and all. So, but seeing the trailer for this, it makes me think of the future for Batman. Obviously, from a friend, he couldn't make it. He was saying that this is gonna be a trilogy. So this is the first of 3, I think. Well, yeah, trilogy's 3, but seeing the trailer, it should be good. There is some, I just hope the cast is good. Robert Pattinson as or Patterson, something like that. I hope he's good as Batman. But this might be like Heath Ledger. People didn't, Pretty Boy's being Joker, but he was good. So maybe this guy will be good as Batman. So we'll find out. All right, so now it's gonna be what we think we're gonna walk out with. I think it's gonna be a 7 or 8. I'm gonna walk out with. What do you think?
7.
7.
7.5.
7.5. I'll let these guys do 7.5s and all. I can't do the 7 point whatever. I just stick to one number. But I'm trying to think of it. We saw Spider-Man. That was like an 8. I think the lowest so far was 6 or 7 with House of Gucci and freaking The Matrix when I went solo. So when it comes to any extra thoughts before we jump into the theater, 7, 8 out of 10. Hoping this is near a 3-hour film. This is pretty big. We're not gonna stay for the end credits. I don't know. Maybe we will. I'd rather just look it up right here when we're done filming, save time, or when we're done watching the movie. But I'm thinking 7 or 8, and hopefully we have a good Batman here and a good trilogy. I honestly think, even though Penguin's not in this one that much, it's more about Riddler. We'll see a new take on Riddler. I don't like his mask, but we'll see. But when it comes to Penguin, he looks good, and we'll see how that. I'm very curious to see how that one part goes in the trailer where he says, "I got you." But then Batman comes out in the flames with the Batmobile and then wrecks him, and he's about to approach him. So I'm very curious what he's going to do in that moment. But any extra thoughts? No? So we're going to see.
I'm ready to watch.
We will be back when we see the Batman.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, we just saw the Batman. And here are our thoughts. I just want to say, I didn't say this at the start, but this is spoilers. I personally can't talk about the film or give a review until... Honestly, I can't do spoiler free, so this is spoilers, just a heads up. So, thoughts right after we just came out from the film. I did say I was going to look up on the phone if there are end credits, but we just stayed. It wasn't that long. There was one end credit, and we'll go and say it. During the film, there's like a terminal type thing where the Riddler's typing, and it just shows him. It says goodbye, and then it ends. But when it glitches, it says that, well, if you've seen the film, you know. It glitches, it says www. Something about the ratasomething.com. I'm not sure what happens if you go to that site. Maybe we'll see off camera or whatever. Maybe, I don't know, there's some numbers that they call on, actually, no, it's just a website that I think, because in some movies they have websites and stuff you can go to, or phone numbers you can call. They have stuff on there. But, so we'll just talk about thoughts, straight up thoughts on the film. This is a good film. Good film. What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Just any thoughts on the film? We will talk cast, favorite moments, and all that. So, just thoughts that come to a head. Maybe we'll do that a little after. So the cast: Paul Dano as Riddler. I think this was. I only know Jim Carrey was Riddler, and I don't know anyone else who was Riddler. But I will say, my opinion, this was the best Riddler. What do you think? Paul Dano as Riddler. Because it's only Jim Carrey.
Oh, in the early phase, yeah.
Jim Carrey, and then I don't know who the hell else.
That's no one I know.
But Paul Dano, best Riddler, hands down, in my opinion. And then Batman. What do you think of Batman? This was the big one.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
But not better than Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's your favorite, top.
Well, Christian Bale and Adam West.
Adam West. Okay. I have to say that I need to watch this film another time, a second time through, definitely. But this Batman, he probably is placed. Well, he's getting a trilogy. And they kind of fake out that he'll die. It was like, no, you confirmed the trilogy, so it doesn't. I hate when people say this guy's contract's over, so he's gonna die, or they're gonna let him go. I hate when people say that. People said this is a trilogy, so I know you're not gonna kill the Batman in freaking first film. But so this Batman, he's like second or third place. He's definitely not the best one. I would probably say Christian Bale, but that's because he came from The Dark Knight, and that trilogy is actually, so far that trilogy is better, but we gotta wait for this one. So and then Penguin, when I thought Penguin before going in, I was thinking he was good. What do you think of the Penguin?
I don't like him in this one.
You don't like him in this one?
It was way different.
And then when it comes to Penguin, there's only Robert, or what's his name? Danny DeVito.
Yep.
Which that's with Jim Carrey. That's all corny and all. When it comes, so this is more realistic and all.
Well, no, because the Penguin's short. If you look at the comics,
yeah. And then this guy,
he's pretty
like
average.
normal height.
Yep.
Honestly, don't mind with this Penguin. If you look at the actor, which I forgot his name, and then you look at his makeup, he's a totally different guy. But this Penguin, I liked him. I liked him in this film. Favorite scenes with him.
When they're driving.
When they're definitely the driving part. And I said before, earlier in this video, I was curious what was going to happen. And in the end, it just kind of cuts and they interrogate him. When we saw, we're kind of all over the place here, but when we saw Riddler, well, that's all I got for the cast here. When we saw Riddler in the interrogation scene, I was thinking, let's see how this is compared to the Joker interrogation. It comes nothing compared to it, but Paul Dano still did pretty good. Okay, now, favorite moments? Any that come to the top of your head? Car scene.
Yeah,
when it comes to this Batman suit, it's okay. When it comes to his Batmobile, I'm not really a fan of that. It almost looks like a... I'm not a car guy, but a Mustang, you know, just like someone's typical car.
Muscle car.
Also, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, best Batmobile will probably go to Christian Bale's Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I like that one. Especially when he can eject out of it and it turns into like the freaking bat bike, I guess. Let's also talk about Catwoman in this. What do you think about Catwoman?
Yeah, she's pretty good. I like that.
Oh, we actually got a live. Oh, I gotta see this. We got a live. Look at that. That's rare.
The one time.
I wonder why. It was a Mustang car? Yeah. Interesting. We got a freaking police thing on film. We'll keep that in. But anyway, when it comes to Batwoman, there's no hint of Batwoman or anything. But when it comes to Catwoman,
she was pretty good.
She was good. She kind of leaves at the end here. If this is a trilogy, I could see her coming back in the third film. I don't think the second. We'll see. Then when it comes to Commissioner Gordon, I think you can never top. I don't know the actor's name, but Commissioner Gordon from Dark Knight Trilogy. I don't want to catch hate for this, but when it comes to Catwoman and Commissioner Gordon, I just want to say good actors. They were good. There was no fails when it came to the cast in this, the filming, or when it came to the cast. Sorry, I'm off a bit off right now. It's just like we had this van right here with the lights on, and when people watch, that's why we go to secluded areas, private areas. I don't know, it just throws me off. But anyway, I just want to say, no disrespect, but when it comes to comic accurate, and I respect all the actors, they did good. They fulfilled their roles. But I just want to say Commissioner Gordon and Catwoman are usually, how would I say, Caucasian, I guess, but they were actually good actors. And you said they were Catwoman's mixed.
Yeah, because you seen the one with Haley Berry?
I think.
Yeah,
okay.
She was in.
No disrespect. I'm just saying they usually go for more diversity nowadays in films, and I respect it. I just want to point it out, but they were still good actors. Although Commissioner Gordon, I don't know. There was a lot of him in this film, but I don't know, something about the voice or something. But he was fine. I don't know. Yeah, no disrespect. Diversity's fine, but it's just, I just wanted to point it out. But you'll never beat, when it came to the best Catwoman, I don't really have a favorite. I personally like the comics better. And then when it came, but we're talking movies, I don't really have a favorite. Then when it came to Commissioner Gordon, hands down, you'll never beat from The Dark Knight. I don't know his name, but that guy, I don't know, that guy, I really like him. Okay, when it came to favorite moments, he's talking about a sus moment with, and I know he's talking about, go ahead and explain it.
So he drops the,
near the beginning.
He gets on top of him and he gets the tape.
That mayor, yeah.
And it just looks weird.
Like, he gets on top of him and he's gonna put the tape on him. But before he pulls out the tape, he and these cops are pulling up over here. but not suspect. So anyway, he's on top of him, and before he pulls out the tape, and you know he's all about this tape stuff, he like reaches down. I don't know if he was trying to get the tape or something, but it almost looks like he's like gonna unzip his pants or something. I was like, what the hell is going on here? But then I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if it was to get the tape.
Yeah.
I guess, but that looked really sus. I was like, what the hell is going on here? But then he's getting the tape, and he's all about tape, and he's taping people. When it cut, so after seeing the film and his whole mask, I guess it's okay. And when it came to his voice, his voice was actually pretty good. When it came to the riddles, they were pretty cool. I got about the first 3, but then after that, you kind of lost me, especially in the film. Like the midway, you kind of lost me with a whole bunch of names and everything. Little confusing. But like I said, I totally watched this a second time. But favorite moments: Penguin, Batman going at it in the little driveway part. What other? Another. I also got it. This was probably an Easter egg, but near the beginning with all those guys in the black and white face paint. One has like a half, and that was probably a nod to Two-Face, or Two-Face, right? Half. Oh, that was about to say half-face, but that's kind of a nod at Two-Face. But that kid's probably not it. That just means like he's half with the gang and half kind of innocent because he doesn't attack the Batman. I'll just say this film is not action-packed, but it has action in it. It was more detective-y, figuring out stuff. That's how kind of the Riddler is, and that was fine. A couple of cringe moments, would you say? I don't know, the first time Catwoman kind of kissed him. I don't know, when there's any kissing romance, sometimes it's okay, but it's a little cringe for me. And with Batman, we did like scene by scene. I'm not really good with memory, but I just want to say with this guy, at the very start, there's like a binocular part. He actually went like this, but it's whatever. But yeah, there's one scene, and it's the Riddler, and it kind of happens again, and I thought it was Riddler, but the binoculars are a bit different, so I was saying, okay, it's probably something different. It was with the Batman, so it was kind of a nod to it, because it was Riddler doing the stalking, and then that was Batman doing the stalking on Catwoman. When it came to the trailer versus the movie, they kept everything in, but I do want to say that cringe moment in the trailer, which is, "What are you doing?" when he bangs on the glass. They didn't keep that in the movie, the final part. They kind of cleaned it up a bit because you couldn't hear what he said. I thought it was a bit cringe. Even my reaction to the trailer said the new Batman movie is kind of cringe, and I got a little bit of hate for it, but whatever. But they cleaned it up in this. I think he still says the same thing. "What are you doing?" Yeah, Paul Dano, really good pick for the Riddler. Let's also talk about a pretty big part. And he gets locked up. His whole plan the entire time was to flood the city, and he's all about, "You say you bring justice, but you don't," or something like that. I'm gonna have to watch someone else explain everything. I was a bit confused midway in the film, but they put him in prison, and he sees that his plan failed, and someone else talks to him, and what does he say? Well, what goes on?
You talk about his plans that he'd succeeded, and
he's saying you failed, or you actually succeeded.
Failed,
but something
along those lines.
You still did something.
Yep.
And it's kind of weird. He has like a friend in there. I thought it was one of his minions, because he had a whole bunch of 507 followers. I thought it was one of them, but it wasn't. Who do you think it was?
Everyone knows.
So you thought it was the Joker?
They're laughing.
Honestly, when I first seen the guy's face, I thought it was Two-Face, but that can't happen until you have Harvey Dent and he has the little situation. So I thought it was Two-Face for a second. But you say it's Joker. Now that I think about it,
laughing, and
he was laughing. It was kind of funny. No matter who this character is, it's probably the Joker. I like how he kind of gave him a riddle, and they kind of both laughed. That was pretty funny. In the Dark Knight trilogy, in the first film, when it ends, it kind of shows we have someone, or it says, "We got a crime scene. We found this at the crime scene," and it shows him like a Joker card. And that says, in this case, it is Riddler, and then Joker's in there. I guess it's Joker. I don't 100% agree that it's Joker.
We'll see.
But when I seen his phone, he was looking up the cast, and I was thinking I might look up the cast too, because I don't think they're gonna say who this Joker is yet. I don't think we know who it is. But based off the laugh is big when it comes to Joker. It was fine, but I gotta see this guy in action. So we'll have to see. So this is a confirmed trilogy. So what happens now? They saved the city from the flood. Catwoman's away, and Batman's still staying in Gotham. Something that will probably foreshadow is she says something about, "You're gonna get yourself killed at the end of this." So he could die at the end. We'll see. I think when it came to Dark Knight Rises, he fakes his death, which I don't know how he escaped that bomb when it comes to the Dark Knight Rises.
It's autopilot, remember?
Or something, I don't know.
It was on autopilot, so that's why.
But yeah, that was pretty
survived.
Cool. But we'll see in this one if he makes it in the trilogy. Riddler, he's captured, but Joker's. So if this is, let's say it is Joker, so he got captured in there. We have to see what happens, why he got in there. But you got two masterminds in there. We've seen Dark Knight, and I think it's like 2 times, no, 1 or 2 times Joker's caught, but he somehow escapes. He's a mastermind too, so 2 masterminds in there. That should be interesting. Riddler and Joker action, which if there's a second film, I don't know how that's gonna work, how they're gonna escape. And Penguin's still out there. He's not under arrest. He's just kind of around, I guess. But we'll see. I'm very curious to see Penguin. Now we have Riddler and Joker together. That's pretty crazy. When it comes to this whole politic thing, they have like a woman in mayor's position. So Harvey Dent, not confirmed, or I don't know. Harvey Dent, second film, third film? They have to use him in the second film or something. We'll see. They'll do probably a time lapse or something. So that's all the characters right now and what happens. I say 2 years or so, the next film. Yeah, or you'll hear about it or something. We'll see. So we talked about what happens now, cast. Now it comes down to the final part, the rating. So I'll let you go first. You can build up to it or just say the number. It's up to you and why you gave it that number.
I give this movie a
almost sounds like a 7. We'll see.
Between.
You could do the, so I let my friends always do the 7.5 or whatever the heck, but I always stick to one number and that's it. That's up to you.
I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5?
It was good.
8.5 out of 10.
Good action and good everything.
I felt like, I know this was Riddler and more detective-y stuff. Could have used a bit more action for me. I'm an action guy.
Well, it was just a Riddler that he was fighting, so it's not much action.
True, it's more detective and trying to figure things out. Which his riddles were cool and all that. Anything else you want to add? Why 8.5? Cast? You were fine with the cast?
Except for
any
the
switch ups
commissioner.
Any switch ups you did?
Nah.
Riddler was fine. I just want to say, so Joker maybe the second villain. Riddler and Joker and Penguin. Yeah. We'll have to see. Although Penguin right now he's not really mad at Batman, I would say. But we'll see how that turns out.
So he'll rise to power. It's sure like in this scene where he was looking out.
Oh, okay. So now he's in control of the Glacier, whatever that bar is called, with the 2 clubs inside of it. Yep. But I just want to say, based off the laugh of this Joker, I don't know. I hope it's a good cast pick. You'll probably never beat. People say you'll never beat Heath Ledger, but maybe someone could. But we'll see.
I don't know about that.
I think there's a little chance, but I feel like there is seriously a little chance, but it's really hard. But based off the laugh that we got a little tease of, I don't know. We'll see. This could it be better than Joaquin Phoenix? Because it wasn't Joaquin Phoenix in there as Joker. It didn't sound like it. So I guess the Joker was his own little film.
What if it is him, but you just
could be him.
Different.
Could be him. It looked like a different guy, but we'll have to see. Really hope they don't slip up on Joker. But Riddler, you did good on Riddler. This was good. As for third, if this is a trilogy, there's 3 films. Who's the third? See, Dark Knight used the guy that trains Batman.
Oh, Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, him. We've seen Scarecrow, which the recent Scarecrow we had, I didn't really like him, but he was okay. I would like to see what's his name? Maybe Clayface, but the real one I'd probably like to see is I can't think of his name, but the alligator.
Oh,
kind of like to see him.
Croc?
Yeah, the Croc or something. But he, this Batman seems to go more realistic, so probably it's Riddler, Joker, Penguin, and maybe Bane. Maybe Bane.
Or Mr. Freeze. What's his name? Freeze.
I can't see them using the Mr. Freeze or Clayface.
Well, with the Penguin, probably because they kind of work together.
We'll see. I don't see these guys doing like the CGI or over the top. They probably want more human type of villains, but we'll see. We'll see. I do want to talk about one scene. One thing a bit of a con was I get that this is an early Batman. I didn't really like his Batmobile, and one thing I really didn't like was he punches Commissioner Gordon in the face. He runs up to the tower and he's got to get away from the cops, and his wingsuit. I guess it's a more real Batman, but I did not like the wingsuit. It's like a legitimate wingsuit people use in real life. I thought he was gonna use his cape or some other technology, but the wingsuit felt kind of corny. That was just me. I don't know about you. I get it.
Felt kind of funky.
Yeah, I didn't really, that kind of killed it, but whatever. Okay, when it comes to my final rating, I always like to go last, based off of what I've seen. So we got two reviews. I'll do the number last. So the first review that I always do is, it's like 3 to 5 things. So, and I'll do it with Marco here too. Would you watch it again in theaters? Would you buy another ticket and watch it in theaters? No,
well,
I wouldn't either.
Well, that's for every movie for me. Just once.
Just once? Well, what about, I'll tell you this. I think he went with me too. The only time that I ever bought a ticket to go see it again in theaters because I loved it was Infinity War. Didn't you go with me?
I think I went once.
I don't know. I seen it twice and I felt like it was worth it. For the Batman, I would not. I know I said I'd see it 2 times, but this goes into the next one. Would you watch it on a streaming service?
Yeah.
I would. I do want to watch this film again, kind of understand it more, and maybe a 3rd time to prepare myself for the 2nd film. And then, would you buy it on Blu-ray? Is it worth owning a copy, physical copy, to always watch it?
No, but that's for every movie. I just wait for like a streaming service or something.
For me, it's either streaming, probably not the disc. I don't know, since it's a trilogy, maybe when they're all caught up and everything, maybe I'll buy the trilogy edition or something. I think that's the main 3. I think I have more, but I forgot what they were. But definitely would watch it again on a streaming service. Probably wouldn't buy the physical edition, and then not really worth the watch in theaters. And then the 4th one, would you recommend it to someone to watch it in theaters or anything like that? If you're a true Batman fan, check it out. And let's get a live reaction of other people's reviews. So we'll see what Rotten Tomatoes are saying and all that. What do you think they're gonna say? I haven't seen these numbers yet. Okay, before it shows up, we'll get a live reaction. 2.5 out of 5 from the Indian Express. I don't know who that is. 8.7 out of 10 IMDb. That's kind of somewhat me, or that's kind of somewhat him. 85% Rotten Tomatoes, but Rotten Tomatoes is freaking really wonky. It's half and half. We're clicking on Rotten Tomatoes. We're gonna see live reaction of the audience score. 92%. That's a bit over. That's a bit over, in my opinion. So that's basically saying this is a 9 out of 10 film. I don't think it was a 9. That's just me. And the film was legitimately near 3 hours. Did you think it was dragging? I was just a bit confused, but everything was kind of fine.
Yeah, it
was. But I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'll just get to my 2nd part of my review, and that is the number. When it comes to the Batman, Robert Pattinson, you did good as Batman. Riddler was really good. Good pick. Paul Dano. Penguin, loved you. And who knows who that Joker is? I do want to find out. But when it came to the Batman, I give you an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. You barely made the 8 though. Barely made the 8. But I think it has somewhat replayability when it comes to watching it. I want to watch it again. Good cast. I'm just curious to see where they go with Batman. So, and then we'll go and end off here with future movie reviews. If you guys haven't already, click like, comment, have you seen this film? Go over everything we did, your thoughts, cast, favorite moments. But next up, so I always like to talk about the next film. I think next up is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I don't know if this, well, maybe we see the return of Marco, I'm not sure. But Doctor Strange, hands down, I want to see that. I don't want to say anything yet until that film comes, or until that video review comes. But Doctor Strange, John Wick, when that comes, I'd love to see that. No trailer yet on John Wick. Mission Impossible, hands down.
Yep.
What's another one?
Jurassic.
I personally don't want to see Jurassic Park. I don't know. I feel like they milk that series a little too much.
It was pretty good. Have you seen both of them?
But yeah, we just saw the Batman. Hope you guys like, comment if you've seen this film, comment anything you'd like, and subscribe for more to come. Click the bell as well. I know I rarely say that. And we'll see you guys in the future videos to come. Peace out.